Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we have the third-ranked IVB facing the sixth-ranked 5th Virginia on the Bloody Lane, a map the IVB chose. What a shock. And with that being said, on the IVB team, who will be playing USA Round 1 and CSA Round 2, we have the IVB, 9th Corps, 2nd Mississippi, Jackson's Division, and the 5th Florida. Whereas on the 5th VA side, who will be playing CSA Round 1 and USA Round 2, we have 5th VA, Kelly's Brigade, Graves Battery, Colquitt's Brigade, 13th Alabama, and the 5th Florida. Here is the current bracket. After this event this week, we will be having Kelly's Brigade play Jackson's Division. So tune in next week for that. And with that being said, thank you to our Patreons for the support of the channel. If you want to support this channel, please go to the link in the description to see all the perks and more. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy this event. Here we are live on the glorious battlefield, and right as they're charging in. And here we go. Beautiful volley here as the Union begin to charge. I just loaded in the server because I couldn't hear anyone. You can... That charge looked cursed. So, a lot of guys got shot down quickly. So, IVB is just bomb rushing. Your team today is Corded and myself. We'll get to Corded's little thing in a moment. But we have a charge, ladies and gentlemen. Union en masse just bonsaiing the CSA. CSA standing in the open here. Holy crap. How you doing, Corden, on this fine day?
I'm doing good.
So, as of right now, the Confederates are holding the line. There's a lot of Union not charging, those sitting back. There's two groups pushing up. Let's quickly check who they are. It is the JD in back with 1st VA Cav behind. So IVB is leading this Union group on USA side, and then 5th VA leading the CSA side. And you can see by the ticking mark already, this first charge was already a success. 1st VA Cav coming up behind here. Star with his pistol. I think the Union's going to be able to win this charge in the end. Corded, does CSA have a buck and ball on this map?
Some do. I think North Carolina does. I don't know if Alabama does.
All right. Because we know most of the Union's going to go.
Actually, all of them do because they have packed 69th New York.
Yeah, and speaking of that, yeah, the whole Union team went 69th New York to get buck and ball. It's 4-man imbalance in favor of the Union. Union winning this charge here. Preacher going all the way to the point. Skirms is following behind. So it looks like Union might cap to just stop that clock.
Indeed, that would be the smart thing to do in this situation.
I love how everyone just trashes Rambos when they get killed for their auto lines. So, yeah, Union have won this pretty quickly. CSA, they're going straight back to it. They want to prevent this cap. Union en masse getting onto the point. Looks like we're going to see another charge. CSA really does not want a cap to happen. But Union's going to have all buck and ball. And here comes CSA.
This is not a fight you want to have in the corn against 42s. You want to keep the distance. Just going to the far left for the CSA, then firing down the fence. Not this.
So some CSA just going straight at them. Most of them coming from this side angle, though. So Confederates hit, engaged, counterattack has begun. Perfect timing by the Union here to take that point. Artillery missing over the point. I don't know. It's going to be a close fight. Another artillery shot missing here. But that was clutch timing when CSA hit engage because Union capped, and instead of a 20-minute timer, it's now 12. Fighting has, for the most part, ceased on this middle road. Both sides staying on their respective sides. An artillery shot knocking down one, getting one kill. Smokey trying to warn his friendlies. But, wow. A thrilling start. to this match here. It's going to be very hard for CSA to try to overtake this. Corded, any idea for what the CSA should do here?
I would suggest that they split up. They send one group down to the southeast toward their right side, one to the left, and then get the Union in a crossfire. Just kind of converge on them, but trying to keep their distance and mostly do shooting, because that's kind of the only advantage you have as a defender against these smoothbores. Because as you can see, the people on this snake fence right here are getting obliterated.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, they're all clumped up. For those of you who don't know, Buck and Ball, is it shoot 4 or 5 pellets in the game?
I think it's 4.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, them being all clumped up like this can be devastating. It's mostly Kelly's brigade that seems they're shifting left. You see 5th VA far left, and KB and the rest of the CSA is converging on 5th VA. Union kind of has split up into 3 groups here, 2 on this back fence. The group on the furthest right is Prattley. I see 1st Virginia Cav here as well. Union just kind of in a blob, which isn't too much of a deal here. IVB, however, is up in front, up against the corn there. Wow. Oh, I can't believe Union capped directly on 39 minutes.
Yep. I don't like what the CSA did. They should have expected that there was going to be some early charge from the Union, given the rules of how ties work, with trying to keep that black timer as high as possible and capping as soon as possible. And then also just the regular strategy for CSA is to make sure that they hold the right side, that right corner, and it looked like it was just 5th VA over there. And no one else was really over there. And anyone that was coming over was late, which is not good. That is basically how you lose this map, is letting the Union take the lane itself.
So CSA forcing Union down to engage. They're close to taking losses, and a charge has begun. So many bodies. All you can see is smoke from all the gunfire. So hard to tell who's winning this charge. It looks like Union's winning though, but they're still a decent CSA force. But Union does look like they have more men. Was that a team kill? But Confederates had taken losses. We're at an 8-minute mark. So Confederates not being thwarted off this position, it could allow them to reform with those 4 flags. They're also close to spawn. We do have a Union group. 1st VA Cav being very aggressive here. They're going to try to hit him from the side. But yeah, really for the most part, there's still some Union left. It's a mix of Union, but a lot of the Union is at their main. Who's the CSA guy? Valk here from Kelly's brigade. He's probably just scouting here. But yeah, CSA's got to go right now. They got to go before the hordes of Union start coming down that hill. You can see they're starting to do that. But as of right now, they are sitting back. You do have some CSA moving in the corner as well. It is Star and his men, so maybe they're about to converge. You about to say something, Corden?
Well, 50 is spread out right now. Looks like there's only a couple people right at the front, and there's a few straggling in the back. And then they're, of course, they're outnumbered there. And then the rest of the CSA isn't moving in yet, and Union's getting reinforced from their spawn. It would have been difficult a few minutes ago, but it would have been probably a good idea for CSA to push even more toward the Union, and try and take control of that snake fence. Really leverage the fact that their spawn is closer to the point than the Union's is. But now it doesn't matter.
For sure. I wonder if they didn't push. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to just do the point flip thing because they know they probably aren't going to win. Well, I don't know. Maybe just try to force the Union to last stand.
It is a strategy. It is. But you're down a whole morale stage, so doing that would be quite difficult in 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. You do have final push, and I guess final push only gives you enough time to go from your spawn to the main point 2 times. So it looks like CSA's starting to move on both sides here. Coming in on this flank is Knight and part of the Kelly's brigade. And CSA converging. Like the idea of a push, however, it would have been much more advantageous to do it earlier. CSA is about to hit braking here. It looks close on the right. On the left, this is close. Union's about to go down taking losses.
CSA really needs to push like hard because the Union has very big regiments and a very long flag spawn queues. So that's going to force them to have most of their teams spawning at main. Right now, it looks like CSA might win this. I think they actually will. So they're going to have a chance to take it back.
Yeah, they're pulling
right at taking losses.
And is CSA spawn closer? Yeah, it is.
CSA does. But 1st Virginia Cav's coming down the hill, so they might turn it.
It's going to be tight.
Still, CSA needs to rush out of their spawn and get up there.
And here we go. 1st VA Cav slamming into the side here. Beautiful artillery shot. I think that only killed friendlies, though. No, I don't think 1st VA Cav is going to be able to change the tide here. There's just so many CSA. You do have a couple Union guys starting to make way down that hill. Point going in favor of the CSA right now. And CSA is rushing from spawn, kind of. Most of CSA is up here.
Now, what CSA could do is they could recap and then do the dreaded turtle strategy. Because they have taken losses, and all I gotta do is hold it for 6 minutes. Countercharge. Last stand, baby.
We are...
That would be quite the story. But CSA's got to all be on cap, and they got to get this thing up.
Indeed.
But right now, they have nothing to lose. They can be on final push. Oh, and the CSA's not moving. They're going to allow the Union to take that fence. You really need to just push up and hold. You need to hold that. They need to take advantage of the Union that has to cross the open field.
Union's going to hold this.
Yep.
And Union isn't pushing CSA. It's allowing them to reform even more on this wall here. And it's going to force CSA to push. And CSA's starting to slowly move this way.
Maybe they're waiting for the artillery to come in. It's going to happen sooner.
Yeah, they have 2.5 minutes to take this.
Actually, it looks like CSA has the majority. They're starting to push up now. They're getting their numbers on.
Yeah. I mean, we have an 8-man imbalance in favor of the Union right now, which isn't that bad. And here goes CSA. They're pushing forward. Point going back in favor of the Union, however.
Come on. That already needs to have come in 5 seconds ago.
There it is.
Oh my god.
On the wrong people.
Oh. CSA still could take this though. Come on. You have final push. Just keep going.
Artillery hitting Union respawns. A couple of them.
Hey.
CSA's got to all push. If they all push, they win this.
They are taking it.
There's so many sitting back here. CSA's about to hit final push, though.
Hey, that doesn't matter.
It does not. Because they go up to where the Union is. So...
No, they might want to do a little overtime 0-second strategy if they really want to be cheeky. but I don't think they're gonna do that. They definitely didn't plan on it. All right, now all these CSA groups need to shift to where the Union's coming from. So, like, shift right, please. This was this IVB, First Virginia Cap coming in.
And Confederate's their final push, but it's not like it means much.
No. Oh, come on. Okay, now they're both at taking losses.
CSA is about to break game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Union in mass is pushing down this left side here.
This might be a quick match, but now CSA has the chance to like not mess up.
Yeah, no, the big thing here is it's very easy for the attackers to win. Honestly, I mean, retaking the point's good because you're taking that clock down. I wonder if IVB next round might just turtle right away and force a cap early on, and then try to push him into final push within 20 minutes and win the game. Or no, they just got to hold till 30-some minutes.
Yep, to whatever time it is.
Which...
But this does give a lot of breathing room for the next round for the attacking team. So they don't have to get the point in 6 minutes. Now they have closer to 10, 15. That's a lot easier to work with.
So Sevi is Ramboing here. We're calling him out.
Hey, get your tickets where you can.
He gets one
I mean,
kill.
CSA is already on breaking, so I mean...
Sevi...
He just wants a free reload.
I saw so many misses. Team kills. Now,
see, this... it's tough. Tough having this overview perspective, because you don't know what they're saying. But...
No, there are server lag issues as well right now. It's over.
Well, I mean, just positioning wise.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
If the CSA could push out the Union here,
there's no way the CSA could push the Union out here.
It's possible. Don't underestimate how people can fumble the ball.
Why would the CSA push when they're just trying to delay this black timer? All right, we are back. There are people. Oh my goodness, there are people flying on my screen. Anyways, my game just up and crashed. So we're back in now. Perfect timing when both sides and Private Flynn here from the 9th New York is flying in the air.
I can't see it.
He's like 20 feet up. No, he just got shot in his ragdoll.
All right, CSA is mostly absorbing that attack, and now it's really about how they can deal with JD and First Virginia Cap coming
There's another flying person.
I see no flying people because I have a good computer.
Stanford's going to aim. This is revolution.
Maybe it's the server. I don't know.
It's probably the server.
But
He's
hey,
flying. He's
it's
stabbing
for everybody. So
yeah. Oh, he just died in his ragdoll.
someone just asked. I wonder if they'll do a rematch. Ha! Funny.
No. So even though the server is laggy and it is quite unfortunate, everyone is dealing with it. So no, because I mean, because the thing with it as well is the attackers have done their strategy and it allows the defenders to possibly completely change their strategy to respond to that. So
I need CSA to push up, take the fucking road.
And
like they're just letting the Union cross the field. You're not gonna get as good a shots as you are in melee. And now you're just letting them get their bucking ball up, and now they're capping the point. Because now they have the majority.
Yeah, and it was this Stars out front taking his shots. And so Union hit final push here.
The final push.
Oh, that's actually huge.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because.
All right, looks like 5th Virginia's going in. I guess they may call the general charge to everybody.
Yep.
Where is I-Corps is coming from main spawn. They're across the road right now. You need everyone to push up to that main fence.
That'd be crazy if CSA won this.
It would be, and it kind of looks like it's going to happen.
It really
So
does.
it
I mean,
looks like
I
West
don't.
Virginia is going to beat IVB.
So they got to hold for 2.5 minutes here. I mean, Union's just Rambo charging. They're so spread out. CSA just got to hold on the snake fence and take shots. Union needs to reform and do one good push. They'll win that
Yep.
way. They can't win rambling in like this.
Yeah,
And there's
especially
not
when they don't
stopping.
have loads or bayonets coming in.
Yeah, no, they're not stopping. I guess the mindset is they're in final push, but CSA just got to get their shots.
They need to put on an aggressive defense. They need to make sure that the Union doesn't get on cap and they can't get an overtime.
They
That's
can.
the only way that they're going to win right now.
Union can't get any foothold. Why? I don't like that there's so many CSA holding back. I guess they're rising up now.
They got to get on independent fire. They got to keep knocking people down. Don't do volley right now. Everyone's going to be shooting at the same person. It's going to be wasted shots.
Union's still not organizing. We're almost down to a minute and a half.
It's getting somewhat organized. They're clipping up a little bit more, but CSA is going to eventually have to countercharge this.
There's more CSA pouring in from spawn.
They have to get Union off the point. Eventually,
1.5
CSA is probably going to lose the majority.
And here comes Union in mass. This charge will decide it.
It really will.
Point still in favor of the CSA.
CSA's going to have to countercharge eventually. Because Union's just going to keep pouring in, and CSA's not going to have the numbers to keep them off.
Union's starting to get a foothold here. Yeah, it looks like Union's going to win this. They got a foothold.
It does look like it.
And yeah, now they're overpowering them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a match.
And there goes the point taken down.
Yep. Heck of a...
Yeah.
I think that was a heck of a defense, though, considering everything.
Yeah, it really was, because before they were facing they were facing 6 minutes to win, since the Union had kept it at 39 minutes. But now they have the whole game to work with.
Hi guys, this is Eagle editing the video. So what we're talking about right now is incorrect. We're saying 5th VA has 45 minutes to win the next round because the clock is about to hit 0. That is incorrect. The IVB spent 15 minutes going from their first stage of battle ready down the final push, and the clock changed. Then they're going to take like 5 or slowish minutes to take the point and win this game. It's inevitable at this point. So the IVB won this match in 20 minutes, and 5th VA needs to win the next round in 20 minutes compared to the 45 minutes that we're talking about here. That's just a clarification. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. They have overtime.
So all 5th VA has to do is just tie up the game and not lose and not win at 0. So that is a much more attainable goal.
Indeed, because it is entirely based on that black timer. So, wow, that's crazy. So even though IVB did claim this first round victory, the 5th VA put themselves in a great position for the next round.
Yep. So now it depends on how good IVB's defense strategy is for this map.
Turtle.
Hey, turtle, yeah, it's a thing. And IVB is not above it. That is well established.
So I guess, Corded, your thoughts for this round as we see this overtime timer go up?
I think the CSA could have avoided this a lot more by using that snake fence more, by holding the lane. That's usually how this works. If you can hold the lane and not let the Union have a foothold anywhere on that road, you're a lot more likely to win it than if they take any part of it. And there were many times throughout the match that they could have, countercharged and prevented the Union from taking another foothold, and that really hurt them later on. But overall, That was about as close as you can get it. Plus, it's the IVB's map, 69th New York, and they had however many weeks to prepare it because they probably knew that they were going to pick that for however 5 weeks.
That is fair. So this will be off by a little bit, obviously, because my game crashed. Because I crashed in the middle of the round. But yeah, heck of a first round. Excited to see what the sides will do otherwise. But yeah, with that being said, we will see you in the second round. Here we are live with our second round. We reset the server. Hopefully it is sick. Right as I say that, everyone lags on my screen. But it looks like the whole CSA team will be bonsaiing to the right side here. So from our current understanding of the rules, it's based off that black timer, and that was at 0-0. Therefore, basically, if 5th VA wins, or if they lose with that black timer's higher, they win. From my understanding. So, if there is server lag, so be it. Everyone will have to deal with it. The event has gone on for 45 minutes already, and I don't want that to go any later in the night, especially because it's a Wednesday night, and people got work and crap. Numbers will drop. That won't be as fun. Server could still be laggy. And then on top of that, strategies have already been revealed, so that's why there's no rematch for this first round. In terms of our new numbers, two off, not that bad. And it looks like the 5th VA side, they're not all going buck and ball regiments.
Nope. You want to keep their own groups, keep all 4 flags going.
Indeed.
However, not everyone's going out at the same time. So a lot of the force is staying back in spawn.
That is
I'm not
very
sure why.
interesting.
Maybe to create a diversion? Maybe.
I mean,
But there are 2 IVB scouts, on IVB and a 9th Corps scout out in the middle of the field.
Indeed.
Well,
Pushing down the GB, the Graves battery, they're pushing out to the right, though. I mean, the rest of the Union team is sitting back in spawn. They're starting to move out to the right, so maybe their plan is to go to the right. And those 2 scouts, like you mentioned, are going to easily spot them.
Yeah, I see him. Let's not stay here.
Yep, they are going to pick up on that.
Yep.
And, oh, hold on. The CSA team has also stacked buck and ball once more.
Indeed.
Look at that.
Wow.
But they're also going to have the problem of flag spawns.
But honestly,
they are closer to their spawn.
Yeah, their spawn is so close. Yeah, the whole Union team, not the whole Union team, 5th VA is on that left side. The rest of the Union team's pushing out to the right side. Unfortunately for them, there's 2 spies here. We have Chernobyl from 9th Corps, one of those spies, who is still out here. Will little brother see him? He gets a stab. Chernobyl misses. And with that being said, Graves' battery is better than 9th Corps. We saw it firsthand, folks. But so, because of the Union movements, we do see 9th Corps starting to shift off to the left a little. And we see 5th VA, they're not even going to push down this left side. They're starting to shift right as well.
Oh my goodness, the switcheroo.
They don't see it coming.
You'd love to see it.
Ain't no way.
Well, let's see here. Is there any CSA groups noticing this? No, they don't have any groups that could see it. But I think CSA might notice that there's a lack of Union now on the right side. But how quickly are they going to make that decision? Do they think they're just hiding in the trees?
I mean, you would think... Well, I mean, you can't see what's going on from the CSA's perspective because Union's using this defilade very nicely. Of course, Union knows there's some Union guys going this way, but they don't realize the whole team's going this way. And they're still hunkered down.
They absolutely do not. I'm in spectator right now. I can't see from their position, even zoomed in.
Confederates Is there enough time for the Confederates to sprint over here? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Because here comes
Yep.
our first wave. 5th VA leading the way.
Oh
That
yeah,
rhymes.
5th VA leading the way. Love it.
That rhymes very nicely.
Oh yeah, it really does.
Confederates starting to respond. You could see them starting to push down this way as the whole Union team begins to push over. Actually, not all CSA is reacting. Some are still holding on the left side. Union wins on the point here.
I think some of the CSA might think that there's still some Union holding out on the right side, thinking that the left side is a diversionary force, but it's not.
Little do we know.
No.
More, yeah. So the next troop to move over here is IC-70. So IVB and the rest of the 9th Corps is pushing over here. It's 51st PA. Oh my goodness, so many Union pouring in here. So both sides having their buck and ball here. Union is way more spread out though than the Confederates. Have the rest of the CSA moved over? They're starting to move over now. Union obviously winning on the point.
You do have 13th Alabama staying on top of the hill.
A strategic
Don't know about
position. No, they need to be up with their friendlies.
Yeah, they want to help keep that point and keep it. Because now here comes the rest of Mississippi Brigade and JD, 1st Virginia Cav, coming over. That's the rest of the CSA team coming to help.
Will the Union be able to cap though? Union's very spread out here. I don't know if the guys on the far right are capping or not. CSA starting to go up and over.
Gonna stop it. They're going to stop it. Yep.
Yeah, they are.
The off of the point on this right side.
I mean, I guess the CSA, what they have to do is they got to force the Union into final push. And then start an overtime timer, in which case we'd have to look back at the film to see how long those overtimes went. Here comes 13th Alabama. They're charging in.
Yep. How you really need I-Corps to move right. I mean left. It's their left.
IVB could just win the game too and then move on to the next round. But honestly, IVB's down a lot of tickets right now.
They sure are. Yeah. Looks like Union still has all their flags left, so that's a plus. They do have 4 flags instead of the 2 that the previous Union team had, which is very nice if you're an attacker that doesn't want to send most of their guys across an open field. 13th Alabama flag was running back for some reason.
Yeah,
he killed out of line.
Stay with his friendlies. Corded, could you take over some commentary for a minute? I need to do some DMs quickly.
Oh, there will be no rematch. You all will have to deal with it. If I can to guess what those DMs are. Alright, well let's see how much of the Union is still... Okay, a lot of Union still at their main spawn. If we'll get to see who is this. 13th Alabama and... Yeah, I have I-Corps, maybe? A little bit of Colquitt Brigade. Let's see, CSA is still trailing on tickets. Union's about halfway through battle ready. And they're in a good position ticket-wise. And they do have a foothold on the Union right side. So they could just keep what they're doing and whittle down their tickets. At this point, it is a little difficult for Union to take point right now. It looks like some of these Union reinforcements coming from spawn are going to go toward their left side, the CSA right side. And they're going to get on the other flank of the CSA. And that's going to really help them out when they want to try and push that point. So we're going to have to see just how long we have to wait until something happens. Some of the Union flags are going down. And get all those picked up. All those flags are picked up now. Even that 13th Alabama one, that's up. And CSA now hits engaged. And as you can see on this CSA right side, Union is coming down. 13th Alabama, as well as half of I-Corps.
Alright, I am back. So, yeah, no. Confederates haven't lost the point. We're 10 minutes into the match.
They haven't lost a point, but they are losing some advantageous positioning because now Union's about to be on both their sides. Well, actually, Union on the right side is getting pushed back. They're starting to lose their flags. All their numbers have pretty much gone down. And now this left Union group is being very overextended. Collector holding them off, trying to pull them off all by his own, but he does not have a pistol. There's not too much he can do other than distract them for the rest of the CSA to come in. And now it looks like CSA is going to be holding that road. And they are starting to make back their ticket deficit as they're getting shots in this Union group that's running back. There are a little bit of Union that's still staying up there, hiding behind that one tree. I don't think it's going to last all too long. It's going to be a good way to distract some of the CSA is you send some of these other groups down the left side. Let's see, we got I-Corps, Colquitt's Brigade, 13th Alabama on the left side. And there's a little sprinkling of 5th Florida in there, I think, as well as, no, that's it.
So I-Corps and Colquitt's Brigade pushing up on this left side. You still do have this tiny Union force on the right side, mostly 5th Florida here. I mean, CSA could honestly just slam into these tiny groups and just kind of get a ticket lead because they eventually get some skirmishing and out of line deaths.
Yeah, they got to pull that flag out at the very least. One flag is already running back. Oh, when he goes down. Someone's got to help Captain help get his flag back because now there's 2 flags down. And there's only one person left, and now there's 2 flags down, and it's really bad. One was the 69th New York flag, the other one is something. It looks like a generic flag. Maybe it's Ohio.
So as of now, this Union kind of holding up in the middle of the map. There's some shooting happening over on the CSA right side, but for now it's kind of slowed down.
Yeah, it looks like 5th VA is moving their guys over to the left side. They want to strengthen that foothold they have on there, which is a good idea. Keeping constant pressure on the CSA here. Not letting them get too comfortable where they are and letting them to be able to get a counter charge. Not good. Not good if the CSA can get that off for the Union. Looks like some of the Union numbers down here are thinning out a little bit. 5th VA coming in just in time to help this group that's on the east side of the Bloody Lane. Union sending some groups to get their flags back. Looks like they're getting one of them back, but that beautiful green flag still doesn't lay on the ground. So right now, someone from the Union needs to reinforce the 5th VA here. Because they can try and hold out as much as they can, but they're going to be outnumbered pretty quickly. Because they need to make sure they keep that foothold there, although it's going to be very difficult to get it back. It's going to cost a lot of tickets if they want to send bodies across an open field.
Okay.
Yes.
Keep going. Sorry, I'm dealing with DMs right now.
Oh,
People are asking for clarifications on rules and stuff. So I was looking at the rules again, and what we said last round I don't think is correct. Because what we said is we'd add up the black timer time. So it's the black timer time was like 30 minutes left when Union hit final push last time. So that's 15 minutes plus however long the overtime and our final push timer was. So that's what their total time is. So, Corded, could you go back? I'm sorry. Anyways, Union kind of holding up on this far side. They're still holding.
So
They
how much time would the Union have left to try and counterattack or try and
So I don't
capture the
remember
point?
off the top of my head. It was like 30 minutes ish.
So it kind of looks like it's going to be IVB's matchup, I guess. It's already past that 30-minute mark.
Yeah, no, what it was 30 minutes for regular time. And then plus however long the final push timer and that overtime timer is how long they took. So, yeah, I should be good to continue now. I apologize to those watching. But hopefully with us figuring this stuff out now, it shouldn't be a major issue down the line. And yeah, so we have 5th VA forming up on this left side here, engaging with shots. In the center, there's some AB guys taking shots, part of Kelly's brigade. And then the rest of the CSA team is on this right side here.
Yes, sir.
CSA is just hunkering down here. But yeah, no, it looks like IVB is gonna win. So yeah.
Yeah.
So both sides, they're just kind of sitting in the open here, taking shots. I mean, CSA, the Union team is not being too aggressive. So, I'm hoping. I wonder what their mind is going off of in terms of the timer.
Well, I mean, I kind of wish it was that 0 timer.
Though this is just a situation that I guess was never thought of, because when we said it originally that it's based off the black timer, how long that is, which is vague and can go either way, right? And so
we may have to verify it later. But
well, the issue is the IVB strategy changes entirely based off what that rule is for this round, trying to defend. Because if they need to hold out to the 0 timer, then they're probably just going to fall back or something like that. So fun.
yeah, so hopefully, the way the rules work, CSA, I mean, 5th VA still has a chance to win it.
But I would have to go. I mean, I think it was 27 minutes just because if we take 15 minutes to go in the final push, a 3-minute final push, and then overtime, I think it was a minute and a half. So, but yeah, Union just sitting back, taking shots for now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Union's just kind of spreading out in the open here. This is a very interesting strategy indeed.
Yeah, I don't like how they're just sitting back and shooting too much.
The Union or the Confederates?
Well, the Union. The Confederates kind of have to be up. They have the bloody lane that they kind of take cover down in. So it's not really a bad thing for them to do that. They are pretty close on tickets, so. The 5th VA is pushed up pretty, very close. They're on the actual road itself. I don't know why there's not other Union groups that are trying to come up and support them. In my opinion, that would be a great thing to do. And now we see this IVB. Looks like they're charging out Colquist Brigade and 5th Florida over here on the rocks. Actually, no, they are just taking shots.
No, they're taking shots and falling back.
And look at the rest of the Union just staying on top of the hill and then just shooting down. Which would be fine in a regular mode, in a regular set of rules, but in this one, taking the point is kind of your key to victory since you lost the first map. Even though it's very close, technically it's still going to be in that tiebreaker.
Indeed, Union is slowly creeping up on this left side here. But yeah, no real concerted push here by the Union. Yeah, CSA they're pushing further and further left, trying to avoid the Union coming down the road here. But yeah, I mean, Union's sneaking down further and further. Who is sneaking down this way? It is 5th VA and such. On top of the hill here is the rest of the Union guys. They're just taking shots. Yeah, it looks like 5th VA and their guys, they're starting to push down the road here. But IVB and such, they're starting to charge out this way with 9th Corps as well. And 5th VA and such, they're falling back here. Yeah, no, I'm surprised the rest of the Union team isn't with 5th VA.
Yeah, you can see that bucking ball just rip through 5th VA's line right there.
Yeah, Confederates are just taking shots. And the rest of the CS, they're just holding up here. I mean, yeah, I think by this point we can say IVB's won.
Yeah.
Based how, because the original rule set was we were just going to add up the timers, right? And so that assumes how long you attack. And so therefore, IVB wins this one. So congratulations to them. But yeah. I mean, Union's still probably going to win this game.
Oh, well, yeah, they'll probably win this game.
I mean, Union's ahead on tickets. They're just shooting at each other from a distance. If they've gone down this much without much charging, except for the beginning, I don't know.
Yep. Everyone remember this is the first season, so a little bit of trial and error, I guess. There will be revisions, improvements, such.
And rules will be clarified, but yeah, no. So IVB will be facing 9th Corps in the next 3 weeks, I think it is, because we have KB and JD next week, and then the winner of that will face second MS. So we might just have our 4 regular season teams get there. So we have Kelly's brigade, part of them 8th Virginia guys. They're pushing forward.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, no, Union is really spread out right now. And 5th VA is starting to join up with the rest. It looks like Union's starting to, at least some of the Union is moving over to where the 5th VA is. But and 51st PA, they're starting to shift over this way. They're hitting some of the KB guys in the corn, but Union's still sitting back and shooting here. But yeah, actually, it looks like CSA is kind of ahead on tickets right now because of that 51st PA motion, getting some Union Rambos.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they're bringing it back.
Is the whole CSA team falling back?
Oh my god.
They're doing it.
They are turtling.
They are turtling, folks. Who was surprised? Who was surprised here? So, yeah, no, they're gonna. So, if you don't know what turtling is already, let me tell you, it's basically where the whole defending team just mass falls back to their spawn. IVB started this, from my understanding, and they're notorious for doing it a lot. Basically, what this causes is the attackers can't really shoot down the defenders when they're sitting in their spawn. And because of that, it forces the attackers to cap the point. And basically, when the point is flipped, the defenders are now the attackers, and the attackers are now the defenders. So the original defending team, who are now considered the attackers with the point being capped, have the stage of final push as their last stage, whereas the original attacking team, now the defending team, is their last stage is last stand, meaning that if they die after last stand, it's that they can't respawn. This basically means that the original defending team, now the attacking team, can just bomb rush point, force the original attacking team, now the defending team, into last stand, recap the point, and win the game. And that's what this team is doing right now.
Well, for one thing, Union needs to have everyone on the freaking point, because once they cap it, which they will have to cap it, they're gonna need everyone there. And they might be trying to prep it right now. First score is going on the right side. You got 5th EA over here on the left. They're not trying to cap point yet.
No.
Trying to anticipate where that counterattack's gonna come from.
Yeah, no. Union has plenty of time. They should know what the turtling strategy is, because it's so prevalent at this point. I mean, there's massive amount of arguments in the community about it. But I mean, Union should try to shoot the CSA to the best of their ability. Because I mean, 16 minutes is a long time to shoot them down.
If only they waited till 0 seconds on the clock to cap the point, then they would be in technically final counterattack, which is a very, very rare thing to see.
Final counterattack.
Final counterattack. I sent you a picture at one time.
Yeah. Looks like Union's gonna cap though. There's guys standing on it. There's guys moving through it. Are they trying to cap? It doesn't look like they're trying to cap, but it's kind of getting there. CSA starting to push further forward because Union looks like they're capping. It is second MS. They're halting though. They're within a decent fire range, and it looks like they're falling back. Oh, yeah. Nope.
The Union should just try and be aggressive as possible, trying to pick up some Rambos. What they could try and do is try and stand on top of fences, trying to get an overview of the corn, and then you can see some of these groups not really behind that stone wall, like 9th Corps IVB. They're not sitting behind this stone wall that they have in their spawn, which would completely cover them.
Yeah, shots are kind of far away though, so it'll be kind of hard for them to hit anyways.
All right, looks like they are capping.
Yeah. So here we go.
Looks like most of the push is going to go on the CSA left side.
Yeah, indeed. They are moving this way. What Union is kind of falling back. I like this. Union could force both sides into breaking, which is what it looks like it's going to kind of happen here. And then from there, fall off the point, force the CSA to recap, kind of do the opposite of turtling. Well, I guess it's turtling, but just flip it around, right? And then push in and retake it. So CSA is not going to go straight for point. Union needs to fall back further if they want to prevent the CSA from pushing them into last stand, because here comes CSA in mass.
I wonder what they might be doing, because they might be using 1st Corps to bait out. What you can see is a very large target.
Yeah, they're really trying to push them out. Confederates almost to breaking here. I mean, Union's still holding up here. They need to fall back.
Do they, though? They might want to get themselves to breaking.
I mean, majority of them should be falling back their whole. If they all stay, I mean, they won't go in the last stand. So, CSA is continuing to push down this way. What are Union respawns doing? That'll be a big question here in a minute. Union's countercharging. Union going down to breaking here. Confederates losing tickets fast, but
I think CSA's going to win that charge.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's not surprised. They split themselves out with the KB bait. I get why they did it, but Confederates down a lot of tickets here. And what is Union doing at spawn? I see an officer running out to the front here. Are they going to try to push up and hold this point?
I wouldn't.
No, Union just needs to sit back here and force the CSA to recap. I mean, Union can hide really far back here. I mean, there's still a couple Union alive up here.
They can hide behind cabins, they can hide behind deflates, they can hide behind the stone wall into the roulette lane. They got a lot of choices. I don't think just by shooting that CSA is going to get the Union down to breaking. I mean, to last stand.
Union's not pushing up entirely. They're kind of sitting back. So maybe they'll push up soon, or maybe they're just deciding to sit back here.
I wouldn't push up. That's just what the CSA wants. Because, what advantage would that be?
Indeed. You do have a couple Union guys. First Missouri guys, they're starting to push up here. This is, I mean, they're all spread out, skirmishing on a line. This is exactly what the CSA wants. Sevi missing his shot. Sevi, you got to hit that. Misses the second one. Gets a third. That itself will not be a huge impact, but CSA in mass, the guys coming from spawn, they're pushing up to the top of the hill. CSA is going to go in the final push here any minute.
Sometimes I wish I could be mean in this thing, but I can't. I have to be friendly. Oh well.
I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Why would you Why would you send 5 guys against like 50 people on the CSA? They're like what 20 yards away. Why would you do that? You can literally go all the way to roulette lane, and you have so much more room to do that. Oh my god!
It looks like 5th VA is starting to push out the left side here. But no, 5th VA is starting to push out this left side. They're going down this corner. I don't know if they want to hold it, but I don't think that group itself will knock them down. 2 minutes left on this timer here.
Well,
I mean,
maybe they won't, but what
wait,
50
if
could do is
CSA has one guy on this point right, it goes to overtime.
it
And
will
when
not,
it hits 0.
So it will not. It won't go to overtime. I don't.
Oh wait,
think,
no,
because
no,
he's
they
not
win the
technically
game.
capping.
They win the game, right?
Huh. What?
Wait, no, I'm. Oh, my brain hurts right now.
But right now, I would have the Union, not stand there.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised the CSA hasn't seen the 5th VA GB group in the back. They could easily try to swarm them. And some of them definitely see them. CSA starting to push. These Union guys, they're splitting up. Half of them going to point, the other half now following them. And pushing down the hill is the IVB. CSA hitting final push here.
Yep. So now 5th VA is forcing the CSA to split up because they will eventually have to cap the point if they want their strategy to work. So 5th VA is either making them choose between getting the Union to last stand or taking that point out.
I mean, CSA is not going to knock the Union in the last stand by just shooting them.
Nope, not in 40 seconds.
I get what they're doing. They're sending, because
So
if they have
if
if they have more men on the point, then they win the game. The rest of the CSA falling back on the point. These guys for the Union won't knock them in the last stand. At least it shouldn't.
So now Union's pushing up because they know that CSA has to cap the point, or else they will lose.
Yep, Union pushing up. Is it overtime? Right? Yeah. Union should not push. Wouldn't, if CSA recapped, it would go breaking, right?
Yes.
Right?
It will
So
go breaking.
why are the attackers bonsaiing the point?
Oh.
I get trying to win the game right now, but now you're going to go in the last stand. If you lose this charge, it's going to be a close one.
They're gonna lose the charge. I mean, they could win the charge, but they'll still be in last stand. In like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's gonna go to last stand.
And I guess CSA
And
would have. CSA would
I
have.
hate this game.
Union is winning though. Points still going in favor of CSA. Is IVB going to get a 2-0 here?
Well,
It's so.
Everyone needs to get on that point. See, Union has to flood that point. They get a lot of respawns at the last stand, though. They're gonna have to hold those groups off.
The Confederates just need to get off the point. Oh, it's so close. It keeps going back and forth. Why are the Union guys? They need to get on point, and that'll do it.
God.
That's game. Hoarded, your thoughts?
It could have been so nice. It could have been 1-1, but the Union groups just played too much into the CSA's hands in that counterattack. Sending groups out that didn't need to go. They could have just waited patiently. It would have been like breaking with like half morale stages for both teams. But I guess we wanted to end this quicker than it could have. I guess we wanted to end this event quick. Is what it seemed like it.
Yeah, IVB. And they get the 2-0 win. They'll be moving on to face 9th Corps. Yeah, nice 2 rounds to watch. 2 vastly diverse rounds, I will say. And with that being said, they'll play 9th Corps in their next matchup. I hope you all enjoyed this broadcast. With that being said, have a wonderful rest of your night.